Be me 34F, Director of Spatial Equity and Holistic Urban Renewal at a boutique development agency in Seattle. Double Masters in Art History and Social Ecology. Resume is basically a manifesto on how architecture reinforces patriarchal dominance. Genuinely believe that right angles are a tool of oppression. Hired by the City Council to oversee the rebirth of the historic docklands, specifically Project Sanctuary, turning an old, gritty 1920s warehouse into a fluid, non-hierarchical community creative space. Budget is massive. City wants to look progressive. I am the tip of the spear. Arrive at the site on a rainy Tuesday, wearing my ethically sourced hemp tunic and designer rain boots that cost more than a car, holding a matcha latte, oat milk, extra foam. Look at the building. It's ugly. Brick steel rust. Smells like oil and generations of men not talking about their feelings. Walk inside. It's a cavern of noise. Drills, saws shouting. Dust everywhere. See the crew. 100% male. Of course, burly guys in high-vis vests, covered in grime, carrying heavy things. The energy is aggressive. It's kinetic. It's toxic. Spot the foreman. Guy named Ben. 40s, beard like a Viking, hands the size of shovels. Wearing a flannel shirt that looks like it's seen 3 wars. He's bent over a blueprint table with 2 other guys. Laughing. Loud belly laughter. Immediately annoyed. What is so funny about construction? Probably a sexist joke. Walk over, heels clicking on the concrete, power move. Excuse me. Ben looks up. Eyes crinkle at the corners. Warm brown eyes. Morning, you must be the new director. Maya right. Voice is deep, resonant, like a cello made of oak. He extends a hand. It's dirty. I don't shake it. It's Ms. Thorne, and yes, we need to talk about the energy in here. Ben wipes his hand on his pants, looking sheepish but not angry. Sorry about the mess, Ms. Thorne. We're in the middle of sandblasting the trusses. Loud work. Can I get you a coffee? I brewed a fresh pot in the trailer. It's pretty good stuff, local roast. He smiles. It's a genuine smile. Disarming. Suspicious. I don't drink filtered coffee, Ben. I need to see the schedule and the diversity quota report. Ben nods unfazed. Sure thing, come on back to the office. Watch your step, loose cables. He walks ahead, moving boxes out of my path effortlessly. Holds the door open for me. Waits. I pause. You know, Ben, holding the door implies that I am incapable of opening it myself. It's a microaggression. Ben blinks. Keeps smiling. Just polite, Miss Thorne. My mama raised me right after you. I walk past him fuming. He's playing the nice guy card. Weaponized kindness. It's how they maintain control without raising a fist. Sit down in the trailer. It smells like sawdust and cinnamon. There's a plate of muffins on the desk. My wife made M, Ben says, seeing me look. Blueberry, help yourself. I'm gluten-free, I lie. Look at the crew roster. Mike, Steve, John, David, Ben, Arthur. It's a list of biblical patriarchs. Ben, this is unacceptable. There isn't a single female-identifying person on this site. Ben scratches his beard. Well, we put out the ads, Ms. Thorne. We hired the best welders who applied. It's dangerous work up on the high iron. Need experience. Experience is a gatekeeping term, I snap. It prioritizes those who have had historical access to the trade. We need to prioritize potential. Ben looks confused. So, you want me to hire people who don't know how to weld the structural beams. I want you to hire people with vision. We can teach the technical skills. Welding isn't rocket science, Ben. It's just hot glue with metal. Ben takes a deep breath. With all due respect, ma'am, Miss Thorne, it's a bit more than that. If a weld fails, the roof comes down. People die. Stop fear-mongering. It's a manipulation tactic. I slam the folder shut. New rules starting tomorrow. We are implementing a soft site policy. Ben tilts his head. Soft site. No shouting. No heavy machinery before 10 a.m. People have sleep rhythms. Mandatory feelings check-in at the morning stand-up. And I'm bringing in my own team of spatial consultants to redesign the workflow. Ben looks worried. Ms. Thorne, we're on a tight deadline. The structural retrofit needs to be done before winter or the frost will crack the foundation. The foundation will be fine if we treat it with respect. Just do it, Ben. Walk out. Feel empowered. I am disrupting the industry. Week 2. Bring in my team. Chloe 22F. Fresh out of design school, specializes in chromatic therapy. Jasper 24M, identifies as post-labor, here to manage the vibes. And Sarah 26F, a poet who will be writing the narrative of the building. Ben introduces himself to them, shakes their hands, offers them muffins. Welcome aboard. If you need hard hats, they're in the bin. Chloe looks at the hard hat. Yellow is extremely aggressive. It clashes with my aura. Can we get these in a muted sage? Ben, yellow is for visibility, so the crane operator doesn't drop a ton of bricks on you. Chloe rolls her eyes. Safety is a construct designed to limit freedom. Ben just sighs. I'll see if I can find some lighter ones. The guy is a doormat, or he's waiting for us to fail. I watch him closely. He spends half his day fixing mistakes the crew makes because they're walking on eggshells. I banned shouting, so now they have to walk across the site to ask for a hammer. Efficiency is down 40%. I mark it as mindful pacing in my report. The incident with the lunch room. Currently, the crew eats in a break room with pin-up calendars and a coffee machine. Disgusting. I decide to turn it into a nourishment sanctuary. Remove the tables. Put in bean bags. Replace the coffee machine with a kombucha tap. Take down the calendars, which were actually just pictures of dogs, oddly enough. Put up posters of abstract shapes with quotes like yield and flow. Ben comes in at lunch, holding his Tupperware container, looks at the bean bags, looks at his 64, welder Big Mike, trying to sit on a bean bag without rupturing a disc. Ben walks over to me. Ms. Thorne, the guys, they have bad backs. They've been lifting steel all day. They need chairs with lumbar support. They need tables to eat their stew. Sitting upright at a table mimics the capitalist boardroom dynamic. Ben, reclining fosters equality. It lowers the center of gravity. Ben rubs his eyes. He looks tired. They're eating soup, Ms. Thorne. On a bean bag, it's spilling. Then they should eat less liquid-centric foods. Adaptability is key. Ben stands there for a moment. He looks like he wants to say something real. Instead, he says, "Okay, I'll go eat in my truck. Big Mike, you guys are welcome to join me on the tailgate." Half the crew leaves. Mutiny. I write Ben up for exclusionary social practices. Week 4. The main conflict arises. The blueprints call for Class A structural steel for the mezzanine. I look at the steel. It's cold, dark, rigid. Feels incredibly masculine. I call a meeting. We're changing the material for the mezzanine supports. Ben pulls out his notebook. Okay, what are we switching to? Reinforced concrete, glulam beams, bamboo. Silence in the trailer. Even the air conditioner seems to stop to listen. Ben stares at me. His warm eyes are suddenly very intense. Bamboo. It's sustainable. It's organic. It grows fast. It represents resilience without rigidity. Ms. Thorne, this is a library and community center. The book weight load alone is 150 pounds per square foot, plus the piano, plus people. Bamboo is stronger than steel, Ben. I read it on a blog. Tensile strength maybe, not compressive strength. Not for these spans, it will buckle, it will snap. You're being negative. You're attached to the old ways because they validate your identity as a steel worker. I'm attached to physics, Ms. Thorne. Gravity doesn't care about sustainability. Physics is just a set of rules written by white men to explain why things can't change. Ben stands up. He never stands up first. I can't build that. I won't sign off on it. It's negligent. Are you refusing a direct order from the project director? I'm refusing to kill people. Then you're obstructing the vision. This is insubordination. Ben looks at me, sadness in his face, actual pity. Maya, Ms. Thorne, please listen to me. I've built houses, bridges, schools. I know what holds up and what falls down. Let me help you build something safe. I don't need your help. I need your obedience or your resignation. Ben takes off his hard hat, places it gently on the desk. I have a mortgage. I have 2 kids in college. I need this job. Then build the bamboo mezzanine. He looks at his hands. Looks at the crew outside. No. I fire Ben. Termination for cause. Inability to adapt to modern building methodologies and hostile work environment creation. The crew is stunned. Big Mike almost cries. Ben packs his truck. He doesn't storm out. He shakes everyone's hand. He even comes to me. Hands me a file folder. These are the maintenance logs for the generator and the contact for the plumber who knows where the weird valve is. You'll need them. I don't need favors from you. It's not a favor. It's the job. Take care of yourself, Maya. He drives away in his beat-up Ford. I feel a rush of triumph. The patriarch is gone. The toxic energy has lifted. Now we can really create. Week 6. Promote Jasper to site lead. He has 0 construction experience, but he has great spatial intuition. We source the bamboo. It looks beautiful. Massive bundles of thick timber bamboo. We start framing the mezzanine. Jasper uses hemp rope lashings instead of bolts because metal penetrates the wood and violates its integrity. It looks like a giant, expensive basket. The crew, the ones who stayed because they need money, are quiet. They walk softly. They don't joke. They just do what Jasper says, looking terrified. Chloe paints the brick walls millennial pink to soften the womb-like quality of the interior. It looks like a Pepto-Bismol explosion, but the vibes are immaculate. We hold morning yoga sessions instead of safety briefings. Stretch towards the sun, manifest stability, Jasper says. I feel vindicated. The project is behind schedule, but ahead in spirit. Week 8. The heavy rains start. Seattle, November. Relentless. The roof leaks. Ben had mentioned a flashing issue on the north parapet. I ignored it because he mansplained it. Now water is dripping onto the bamboo. Jasper says the bamboo loves water. It's returning to its roots. The bamboo starts to turn black. Mold. It's a patina, Chloe says. It's nature reclaiming the space. I start getting headaches. The air smells damp and sweet, like rotting grass. The city inspector comes by. Old guy, friend of Ben's probably. He takes one look at the bamboo mezzanine. What in the hell is this? It's an eco-structure, I explain proudly. He walks over, pokes a bamboo pole with his pen. It squishes. This is structural, he asks, face pale. Yes, it holds the reading nook. Lady, if I lean on this, it breaks. You have no permits for this. We are operating under a pilot innovation waiver. I made this up. He shakes his head. I'm shutting you down. This is a death trap. You can't. The mayor is coming for the soft opening in 3 days. The invites are sent. I'm red tagging the door. I call my contact at City Hall. Accuse the inspector of bias and stifling innovation. I use all the buzzwords. Systemic rigidity, architectural violence, bias against organic forms. The city council panics. They don't want a PR scandal about being anti-green. They override the inspector. Temporary occupancy permit granted for the gala only. I win again. Physics is negotiable if you have enough Twitter followers. The gala, the big night. We drape sheer fabrics everywhere to hide the unfinished wiring and the moldy spots on the bamboo. It looks ethereal, dreamy, fairy lights everywhere. The mayor is here. Donors, influencers taking selfies by the yield posters. The caterers set up the bar on the bamboo mezzanine. I feel a twinge of anxiety. Jasper, did we calculate the load for 50 kegs of kombucha and wine? Jasper smiles, high on vibes. The bamboo will flex, Maya. It breathes. Trust the material. Okay, trust. I stand on the ground floor, holding a microphone. Welcome to the sanctuary, I say. A space free from the rigid lines of the past. Applause. Polite clapping from people in expensive suits. The band starts playing, an experimental synth-harp duo. People drift upstairs to the mezzanine. 20 people, 50 people, 100 people. Everyone wants the view. I look up. The bamboo lashings are stretching. The hemp rope is making a sound, like a violin string being tightened too much. Kriyak. Nobody hears it over the synth harp. I see Big Mike, who stayed on as security, looking up. He looks terrified. He starts waving people back. Get back, too heavy. I glare at him. Mike, stop policing their movement. Crack asterisk. A sound like a gunshot. The room goes silent. The main support beam, a bundle of 12 bamboo poles, splinters. It doesn't bend. It explodes. The mezzanine lurches 6 inches to the left. Screams. Wine glasses shatter. Stay calm, I yell. It's settling. The building is adjusting to our energy. Snap. The second beam goes. The entire platform tilts at a 30-degree angle. The mayor slides down the floor like he's on a slide. Crashes into the kombucha kegs. The hemp ropes snap like whips. The structure collapses in slow motion. It's not a graceful, organic descent. It's a chaotic, violent crash of timber and bodies. Dust billows up. Pink dust from the walls. Silence for 1 second. Then wailing. I stand there, frozen. My beautiful narrative. My soft space. It's a pile of rubble. The aftermath. Miraculously, nobody died. Lots of broken legs, collarbones, and dignity. The mayor broke his pelvis. The lawsuit is immediate and total. The city fires the agency. The agency fires me. Gross negligence. Criminal incompetence. I try to spin it on my blog. Why the patriarchy sabotaged the bamboo. A thread. Nobody is buying it. Even the comments are brutal. Bamboo isn't steel, idiot. You almost killed the mayor. I am blacklisted. Can't even get a job managing a coffee shop. Living in a studio apartment. Eating ramen, not the fancy kind. 6 months later, I'm walking past a new construction site. A playground being built for a local orphanage. Beautiful timber work. Sturdy, safe, polished. I stop to look through the fence. See a familiar truck. It's Ben. He's kneeling on the ground, sanding a wooden railing. He looks happy. He looks at peace. A little girl runs up to him with a broken toy. He stops working. Takes the toy, smiles that warm dad smile, pulls a screwdriver out of his pocket, and fixes it in 10 seconds. The girl hugs him. He hugs her back. The crew is there too. Big Mike is on the slide, testing it safely. They are laughing. It's that same laughter I heard on the first day. The laughter of competence. The laughter of people who know that the things they build will stand up. Ben looks up. He sees me through the chain-link fence. I freeze. Expect him to gloat. Expect him to give me the finger. He stands up, wipes his hands on his pants, walks over to the fence. Hey Maya, voice still warm, still kind. Ben, heard about the trouble, you okay? I'm fine, I snap. I'm consulting freelance. He nods, doesn't call me out on the lie. Well, glad to see you're upright. We're finishing up here next week. If you need, I don't know, a reference for anything non-structural, I can vouch for your passion. He means it. He actually means it. He's not being sarcastic. He is genuinely wishing me well, after I ruined his life for 2 months. It makes me furious. It makes me want to scream. I don't need your help, Ben. I never did. He just smiles, that sad, patient smile. All right, take care, Maya. He walks back to the playground, picks up his sander, goes back to work, creating something real, creating something that actually helps people. I walk away in the rain. My expensive boots are leaking. My oat milk latte is cold. I realize I am the NPC in his story. I am the obstacle he overcame with patience. And he didn't even have to fight me. He just let gravity do the work. Open Twitter. Type, why kindness is actually a form of aggression. Delete it. Go home. Cry into my pillow. Maybe I should have eaten the muffin.